My new strategy going into coronavirus 2020, online distance learning, whatever, is to change the proportion of what my lessons focus on. So instead of focusing more on performance, I'm going to shift that focus to focus on musicianship skills. Good morning, and welcome to the age of the coronavirus. If you are a musician like myself who teaches private lessons, you might have several students who are opting to do their private lessons online. So welcome to the age of remote learning, distance learning, whatever they call it. If you've never taught online lessons before, it can be a little daunting, but hopefully this video will give you a few strategies to navigate that. Your first consideration is the internet connection. Obviously, try and get a good internet connection, but sometimes you'll find it lags or the picture is blurry. So ways to combat that. I like to have my older students pre-record what they practice, so we listen together during the lesson, and I don't have to worry about sound quality or lag, delay, distortion, any of that. That is something that I found works really well for older students. You can use apps like Pro and use the recording feature in that app. If you have any questions about how to do that, please ask. It's great. It's a great thing. You can also have them record things in Logic or GarageBand. These are all options for you. Second thing is sound quality. It's usually much easier to hear if you both are wearing headphones. They can hear you better and you can hear them better. You'll also want to try and find a space that is quiet with minimal distractions. Some of your students might have siblings running in and out of the room. That's distracting. Try and have them move to a corner or someplace that's a little less distracting. It's distracting for both of you. Materials. If you have been providing a metronome for them on your phone or whatever, they need to now get a metronome. It does not make any sense for you to use your phone to have a metronome playing over the speaker to them. They need to download a free app or something. Also, accompaniment. If you normally accompany your students with warm-ups or a song they're doing or as they're improvising, you're gonna need to either pre-record those and send them over so they can listen and sing back in their real time. So again, you don't have to worry about the lag. Or you're gonna have to have them download karaoke tracks or find things on Spotify or use Pro. Again, another great resource for online learning. Demonstrations. Demonstrations are super important when you're working with private students, but it's not so you have to like move the camera weird places, like, oh, let me just angle my whole computer to face my whatever. Find demonstrations like videos on YouTube or pre-record your own demonstration. As far as sound quality, make sure there's no distortion, particularly instruments like trumpet and saxophone that are very resonant can distort the audio. Just do a mic check at the beginning, and that can be part of your new lesson routine. The last thing that I have personally struggled with when teaching private lessons online is somehow I end up with a giant chunk of time at the end of my lesson where I've kind of finished all the things I want to talk about regarding the performance aspect of what they're learning. So my new strategy going into coronavirus 2020, online distance learning, whatever, is to change the proportion of what my lessons focus on. So instead of focusing more on performance, I'm going to shift that focus to focus on musicianship skills. I'm compiling my own folder of materials. So I'll have pages of rhythms that I can send to my students and they can sight read rhythms for me. I'm going to have sight reading exercises that they can use. Musictheory.net is a great online resource to have them building musicianship skills. I can do aural skills like learning intervals and being able to identify chord quality and dictation. That's another skill that they will be building in the coming weeks. One other element that I'm going to be incorporating in my private lessons is active listening. Choosing a song every week to listen to together and identify musical elements that they hear. You can cover whatever you want to cover, like what instruments are there, what musical things they hear. You can talk about form, you can talk about music history. There's so many elements that you can discuss, and all of this is musical, and all of this is part of a good, well-rounded musician. So, if you have any comments or suggestions, please write them down. We are all in this together. If you're just starting out teaching online lessons, you can do it, and good luck.
To get started, click Find My Teacher and take our quick and easy matching quiz today.